Good morning. Well, I shall start explaining what we're going to do. So I basically just cut this from a cereal packet. You might have some card you want to use instead, but you know, not everyone's got that at home. So cereal packet, cardboard box, can be any size cardboard box. You might have tea bag box or rice or something. So you can use whatever size you have, that doesn't matter. And then you just really let your child go to town on making a picture. You can just let them colour all over it and cut that up, or probably easier, because when you're going to put your puzzle back together, it's quite nice to have a picture to kind of focus on. So then you draw something for them, or you get them to draw something. So I'm going to draw some flowers. So I'm going to start with a big flower at the top, and I've used a nice thick marker pen because then it's quite easy to see the lines again when you've cut up your puzzle and you're going to put it back together. It's quite nice to be able to see where the lines are. And if this is for a toddler that you're doing it with, then you're going to want to make the picture quite basic. You don't want it to be too complicated, but you also would like some bits. You don't really want lots of bits of blank puzzle. So I'm going to do one flower there. I might do a buzzy bee. Not necessarily any good at drawing buzzy bees. I'm going to draw a buzzy bee here. His antennae out. Yeah, sort of like a buzzy bee. So I've done a buzzy bee with the flower. I think I might put the sunshine over here. See, sunshine with a flower and a buzzy bee. And I think I might just do some pieces of grass at the bottom. Like this. It's quite fun actually, drawing your own picture. I do like a good marker pen as well. There we go. And then you can start colouring it in. There, so all the way up to the top, and I have coloured my picture in, and what I need to decide now is how to cut it into a puzzle. First of all, it's a good idea to decide how many pieces, and of course that really depends on what age your child is. If your child is very young, like under 2, you might want to keep it to like sort of 4 or 6 pieces, maybe 8, and then as they get bigger, more and more pieces. When you cut them, you could draw the lines first using a pencil and work out however many pieces you want. You could try and make them sort of equal size, or you might want to just go for it. But when you do cut, try and make sure that there are some very obvious differences. So that's my first one cut, and you can see it's got some quite jagged edges. So I'm going to make, I think, 3, 6, 9, 12 pieces, because I'm a bit older, so I should be able to do that. And then if I cut it up here and along, you can see they're quite obvious, just to make it a little bit easier, because if you're just going to cut haphazardly, you may find that it's tricky to put your puzzle back together. So I now have 12 pieces of my puzzle. The real challenge is, can I put it back together? Right, so I'm going to start with the grass. There we go. There's my grass. And then we had, so I can see there's a piece of green, which is going to go with my other green leaf. And there goes my stem. And there's the other bit of the leaf, which means I've not followed my own rules, because there's a bit of puzzle there without anything on it. And then we're going to find what's gonna go here. What's gonna go here? I know, I'm gonna try and find that bit. There we are. Can you see it? Yeah, you can just about see me putting it together, can't you? Okay, so, and then I know the top of my flower is here somewhere. There's my other bit of flower. There's a bit of blue next to blue and pink next to pink. Oh, my buzzy bee! I can put my buzzy bee in because he's going to fit just there. There we are. And I know my sunshine, I'm going to put it up in the corner with the other bit of yellow, which means this must be my last piece to place. Just there, look. You could put it in an envelope and then you can keep it safe that way because you wouldn't want to lose the bits from your wonderful puzzle. You can see now why we've used quite thick card because it will make it last longer, and also why we've used nice thick lines. If you wanted to and you have access to a laminator, you could laminate your puzzle before you cut it up and that will make it last even longer. But this is a great activity that when we are able to go out to places like if we go out to eat and coffee shops and such, at least then you have an activity that you could even do while you're there, or you could take the pieces with you in an envelope and they can have fun making it. Maybe you could make one without them knowing and see if they can put it back together. You could do another, when you do make another one, you could take a photo of it before you cut it up, print it out, and then your child knows what picture they're going to be making. So lots of different ideas just from this simple activity. One other idea I've just thought of that's also educational, of course, is that you could do it with numbers or letters, so that when they put it back together, they're having to put it back together in order of, and then maybe you could ask them to do that. Find the number 1, where's the number 2? And that's how it goes back together. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you got up to. Bye.